Okay, here we go. In this video, we're going to take a blood sample and use the Cardy meter to test potassium levels. You'll need your blood draw kit. We use this for testing blood sugar. You'll need your Cardy meter. If you haven't seen the video on the calibration, then go back and watch that one first. And we have our kit full of all kinds of goodies. The things we'll need right now are the Q-tips, our scissors, our testing sheets, sampling sheets, eyedropper with deionized water, and tweezers. Move this out of the way, spare bottle of deionized water, and let's begin. First thing we're going to need to do, I have this turned upside down so you can see it. Open this up, being very careful not to touch these knobs. Turn it on. And you'll see the meter reads 34. Now, we need to bring that down to 0. So what we do, place a little bit of deionized water on the photocell and the other little cell, soak it up, and instantly we bring that down to 0. Okay. The next thing we need to do is cut a strip. And at this point in time, have the person who's giving the sample, the blood sample, go ahead and draw the blood. Back in there. Remember not to touch these sampling sheets with your hands because you have ions. Everything has ions on it. We don't want them getting all over the sampling sheet and wrecking our result. So I'll place that right here and move that forward. Take out the sticker. Depress that. Same as if you were taking a blood sample to measure sugar levels. Place that over the finger. And basically get a good bead on that. And have your hold your finger up straight so it doesn't drip off. Come back over here, get your sampling sheet, and place a little bit of water or deionized water on the sampling sheet, 1 drop. A little more blood, and just kind of pass it through 1 time. Let the sheet soak up the blood. Okay, and clean that off. Take that sample, place it on the meter, make sure it's covering both the eyes, and watch the reading. It looks like it's stable for 3 seconds at 61. We're going to call it 620. Because in the middle there you'll see a X10. So it's 10 times 62, which is 620. If it was 100 times, it would be 6,300, 6,200. But we settled on 62 times 10, that's 620. Okay, remember that number, 620. Put some deionized water on your photocell. You don't want it drying out. And hopefully you have one of these conversion sheets available. If you don't, then we'll tell you where to get one of these. And what this does, this sheet takes the numbers and converts it into a normal number that you can read for potassium levels. So what we had was 620, and that converts to 4.0. 620 converting to 4.0. So the potassium level is 4.0. Well, that's within normal ranges if you've looked at any charts at all. But each person is different. Some people's normal ranges are different than the charts. It's basically how you do it. And make sure you clean up after you're done. Take and don't touch the meter with your fingers, the photocell. Remove the sampling sheet, place the deionized water on the photocell, soak it up. Don't leave behind any traces of cotton from the Q-tip. And you keep cleaning this until your number reads 0. Sometimes you'll have to do this 10 times before the number will read 0. Stay with it until it goes back to 0, and then your next sample will be accurate. There we go. Back to 0. Close this up and turn this off. Be careful not to touch the dial on the top, and put this right back in the container. Hard case. All there is to it. I've done it probably 500 times. That's why it may seem simple. It's not. It's complicated, and you need to practice before you get accurate readings. The manufacturer doesn't recommend using this device to test blood for potassium. Uh, Testing saliva is not, you won't get as accurate a result. It's not as reliable because there's too many other things inside your saliva. But the blood test is a little more pure and accurate.